Put your hand on your stomach for 1 second. Now imagine dropping one of the hottest chilies on earth into that system. Naga chili does not just taste hot. It wakes up nerves in your stomach, raises alarms in your brain, and can make your heart feel like it just got a warning signal. But here's the twist, that burn is not always damage. Sometimes it is your body reacting to a chemical illusion of heat. In the next few minutes, I'll show you what Naga chili really does to your stomach, heart, and brain, who should be careful with it, and the one mistake people make that turns a healthy spicy food into a painful problem. Look, if you have ever eaten something extremely spicy and felt your eyes water, your nose run, your chest get warm, and your stomach suddenly start talking back to you, you already know this is not just a flavor. It feels like an event. And Naga chili, also known around the world as Naga Morich or closely related to ghost pepper varieties, is not a small event. It is the kind of chili that can make a calm person start negotiating with a glass of milk. But before we call it dangerous and before we call it a superfood, we need to understand what is actually happening inside the body. Because most people get this completely wrong. They think spicy food is burning the stomach the same way fire burns skin. That is not quite true. The heat from Naga chili is not actual temperature heat. Your food did not become 200 degrees hotter. The main compound, capsaicin, is tricking your nerves into believing heat and pain are present. Here's where it gets interesting. Your body has special sensors that help detect heat, irritation, and pain. One of the most famous is called TRPV1. You do not need to remember that name, but think of it like a tiny smoke alarm on certain nerve endings. When real heat gets too high, that alarm can go off. Capsaicin from chili can press that same alarm button. So when you eat Naga chili and your mouth feels like it is on fire, your brain is receiving a real pain signal, even though there is no flame. That is why the first effect happens in your mouth and throat. Your saliva increases, your nose may run. Your eyes may water, your face may flush. Your body is basically saying something intense just arrived. Dilute it. Move it. Protect the tissue. That response is uncomfortable, but for most healthy people eating a reasonable amount in food, it is temporary. Now let's move down to the stomach, because this is where people worry the most. Many people say spicy food destroys your stomach. The truth is more nuanced. In some people, spicy food can absolutely trigger burning cramps, nausea, diarrhea, or reflux, especially if they already have GERD, gastritis, irritable bowel syndrome, ulcers, or a very sensitive digestive system. But spicy food does not automatically burn holes in a healthy stomach. Your stomach is already built to handle acid. It has a protective mucus layer. The problem is not always damage. The problem is irritation and sensitivity. When Naga chili reaches the stomach and intestines, capsaicin can activate those same heat and pain sensors along the digestive tract. For some people, that creates warmth and increased movement. For others, it creates pain, urgency, bloating, or heartburn. And this is the first big lesson: the dose matters. One tiny amount of Naga chili in a large meal is not the same as eating a raw pepper on an empty stomach for a challenge video. And hang on, because this next part is the one most people get wrong. If Naga chili gives you heartburn, that does not always mean it created more acid. Sometimes it simply makes you feel the acid and irritation more intensely. If acid is already coming upward because of reflux, chili can make that burning sensation louder. It is like turning up the volume on a signal that was already there. That is why someone can eat spicy food for years and feel fine, while another person gets chest burning after one spicy meal. It is not only about the chili. It is about your stomach lining, your reflux tendency, your meal size, your stress level, your sleep, your alcohol intake, and even whether you ate it with fat-heavy food late at night. Now let's talk about the heart, because this is where Naga chili gets dramatic. After a very spicy bite, your heart may beat faster. You may feel warm. You may feel a little shaky. That does not mean the chili is directly attacking your heart. In many cases, your nervous system is reacting to the intensity. Pain and heat signals can activate your fight or flight response. Your body releases stress signals, your blood vessels respond, your breathing changes, and your heart rate may rise for a short time. For most healthy adults, that temporary reaction is not dangerous. It is uncomfortable, but it passes. However, if someone already has heart disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, a history of fainting, panic attacks, or chest pain, eating super hot chili as a challenge is not smart. Your body may interpret that intense burn as stress. And stress on top of an existing heart condition is not something to play with for entertainment. This is where health content needs honesty. Some research connects chili or capsaicin intake with possible heart and metabolic benefits, including better blood vessel function, appetite control, and a small temporary boost in energy use. But that does not mean Naga chili is medicine. It does not replace blood pressure medication. It does not melt belly fat. It does not clean arteries overnight. The benefit, when it exists, usually comes from using spicy ingredients as part of a balanced eating pattern, not from punishing your body with extreme heat. You know what surprised me? The brain may be the most interesting part of the whole story, because your brain is not just receiving the message "this is hot." It is also deciding what that message means. That is why one person experiences spicy food as pain, another experiences it as excitement, and another starts laughing while crying at the same time. When capsaicin activates pain pathways, the brain may respond by releasing feel-good chemicals afterward. That is one reason some people enjoy very spicy food. It creates a controlled stress, a safe danger, a little roller coaster at the dinner table. Your brain says this hurts, then a few minutes later we survived. That survival feeling can become strangely rewarding. But the brain also has limits. Too much spice can trigger panic-like sensations in some people. Sweating, fast heartbeat, chest tightness, dizziness, or a feeling of losing control. Again, the chili is not literally burning the brain, but the nervous system can react strongly to intense pain signals. And if someone already has anxiety, that body sensation can feel scary. Here's another part most channels skip. Spice tolerance is real. People who eat spicy food regularly often feel less burn from the same amount of chili over time. That is because the nerve response can become less sensitive. But tolerance does not mean invincibility. Your mouth may learn to handle the burn, while your stomach still complains later. That is why some people proudly eat super hot food, then spend the night with reflux, cramps, or diarrhea. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a 52-year-old man who loves spicy food. He adds hot sauce to everything. One night, he eats a heavy dinner with fried food, then adds Naga chili sauce, then lies down within an hour. At midnight, he wakes up with burning in his chest and thinks, the chili damaged my heart. But what may have happened is different. The heavy meal slowed digestion. Lying down made reflux easier. The chili intensified the burning sensation. His heart may be fine, but the symptom still deserves respect, especially if chest pain is new, severe, or spreading to the arm, jaw, or back. So what is the smart way to use Naga chili? Not as a stunt. Use it like a powerful ingredient. Start with a tiny amount mixed into food, not raw on an empty stomach. Pair it with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, because a balanced meal slows the hit and makes the experience easier on the stomach. Avoid using it right before bed if you are prone to reflux. And please wear gloves if you are cutting fresh Naga chili. Touching your eyes after handling super hot chili is a mistake you only need to make once. And before we get to the final verdict, there is one mistake you have to stop making first. Do not use water as your main rescue plan. Capsaicin does not dissolve well in water. That is why water often spreads the burn around your mouth instead of calming it. Dairy, yogurt, milk, or other foods with fat and protein often work better because they help pull capsaicin away from the receptors. If you do not use dairy, something like a small amount of peanut butter, coconut milk, or a starchy food may help more than plain water. Now, who should be careful? If you have GERD, frequent heartburn, gastritis, ulcers, IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, chronic diarrhea, or unexplained stomach pain, Naga chili may not be your friend. If you have a heart condition, uncontrolled blood pressure, or you get chest pain with spicy food, do not turn this into a challenge. And if a child, older adult, pregnant person, or someone with a medical condition wants to try it, the safest answer is keep it mild, keep it in food, and do not make it extreme. See a doctor right away if spicy food is followed by severe chest pain, trouble breathing, fainting, vomiting blood, black stool, severe abdominal pain, swelling of the lips or throat, or symptoms that feel unusual for you. Most spicy reactions are temporary, but those warning signs are not something to ignore. So here is the final truth. Naga chili is not just bad, and it is not a miracle food either. It is a powerful plant compound that talks directly to your nervous system. In your stomach, it can increase sensation, movement, warmth, and sometimes reflux or discomfort. In your heart, it can create a temporary stress-like response, especially if the burn is intense. In your brain, it creates a pain signal that can turn into excitement, relief, and even pleasure for people who enjoy spice. The healthiest way to use it is small, intentional, and inside a real meal. Not every day in extreme amounts. Not as a dare, not as a replacement for healthy habits. A tiny amount can add flavor, reduce the need for heavy sauces, and make healthy food more exciting. But the moment your body keeps telling you this hurts, listen to it. This is not medical advice. It is education to help you understand what is happening inside your body. If you take prescription medication, have a diagnosed digestive or heart condition, or experience strong symptoms after spicy food, talk with a healthcare professional before making Naga chili a regular habit. And if this changed how you think about spicy food, subscribe to the Health Matchup. Every week we break down one food or health topic in plain English. What helps, what hurts, and the part most channels skip.